All right, so now that we know it's the engine mount, what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove the coolant reservoir, screw here, and a screw here for now. We're also gonna remove the engine cover. So there's two components right there. And then before we move any further, we're gonna go ahead and jack up the car. Well, not the car, we're actually gonna jack up underneath the engine so it holds into place. So when we go and remove this engine mount right here, it's all leveled. And then go ahead and remove your engine hood sensor. All right, so once you remove your screws, 1, 2, and then, where's the other one? Right there. 1, 2, and 3. You're able to remove this, ship that out, and then push it to the side so then you have space to work on your engine mount. Now, once you place the coolant to the side here, it's not gonna fall. It's placed well here. Now we're gonna go ahead and remove the engine cover. I have 3 screws, which is 10 millimeters. I lost one right over there, but that's fine. So go ahead and remove your screws, again, 10 millimeters. And then once you do, let's go ahead and put that cover to the side. So once you have your engine cover removed, now we have more space to work on here on the engine mount. But before we touch anything here, let's go under the car. Use your jack stand, your jack, and a piece of plywood so you can keep the engine at bay. You can have it leveled so then you can remove the bolts. All right, so I have it there supported. Now let's go ahead and start removing the bolts. All right, once the engine is supported at the bottom, we're gonna remove these 2 screws, these 2 bolts. We're gonna leave this one for the end. But right before we do these 2, let's go ahead and remove this guy right here. All you need is a 10 millimeter socket. And then once you're done removing this bolt, you're gonna go ahead and remove these 2. I believe these 2 bolts right here, you're gonna need an 18 millimeter socket. So let's go ahead and do that now. All right, for some of these screws, I had to use WD-40 because they were very hard to take out. Now, the only one that might have a problem is the one right here in the middle, just because, set this aside, is because it is deep socket. I think that's a perfect size. Let me see. I haven't tried it yet. All right, maybe I can. Yeah, I can get it. All right, so I'm gonna use both hands to do this, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4 for now. Save this one for last. All right, so I was able to remove this one, and this one right here. That's 3. This little guy you already know you have to remove, which is this right here. I don't have to speak about it, but this is the last one. So let me go ahead and remove it now. All right. So now we removed this harness here. Now we're gonna go ahead and remove this guy. This is a 15 millimeter. Once you remove that one, there's one right there. That's the 15 millimeter, as well as the one right over there. That's also a 15 millimeter. So let's go ahead and remove that. Remove all 3 screws, you're gonna see how loose it is to come off. But the problem is this right here is in the way. So we're gonna have to go through right here and remove that screw right there, that harness. So then we can move this around and then we can take this out. There you go. So I'm loosening it now. Just make sure to keep in mind it is a 10 millimeter and it's a pain in the ass just because you don't have much space. See that space? That's all you got to work with. So go ahead and move that now. All right, there we go. And then let's go ahead and pull that out. All right, so save yourself the time. You don't have to take out that screw. Just take out this screw, which is a 10 millimeter, and then move this to the side, and then you have enough space to bring it out from under here. All right. This was a little bit of a trouble, but you were able to get it out. Look at this. You're not supposed to do that. It just wobbles. All right, so let's put in the new one. So right now I'm just comparing to make sure they are both the same, and they're gonna go in the same way, and they are alike, seeing how stiff this is compared to this one. All right, so let's go ahead and put the bad boy in. All right, while doing some inspection from the bottom of it, this one, you can hear air come out. Look, listen. You heard that? Do it again. See, right there. There's a hole right there. Ew. All right. Well, you're old, you're done. Let's put in the new one. All right, make sure it's lined up. 1, 2, and the other one's there. So let me go ahead and manually with my hands put the 10mm bolts back in. All right, so from here, it's just working backwards. 1, 2, the one over there. You gotta make sure you put this one back because this helps a lot, believe me. Removing this and then moving the pump, the power steering fluid, by removing the reservoir, it helps a lot to give you space to go under here. Also, you got enough space from here if you decide to take out that screw, and just by wiggling this around, you get space to put it back. That's about it. So again, work backwards. It's very simple. Don't forget to put the harness back here that connects this to this. And that's about it, guys. And ladies, hopefully this video is very useful for everyone. Just make sure as you're lowering this, because it's supporting your engine, that as you lower, your engine's gonna lower down. You'll have more space to tighten these bolts. So keep that in mind, because you don't wanna just drop off the engine, take out the jack stand, and next thing you know, it's still loose here. All right, so make sure you tighten it up when you remove your jack.